This time next year, I will be a millionaire. This time next year, I will be a millionaire. Let that sink in. Let that sink in the same way I've had to let it sink in for the past few months. I had to get brave. I had to be courageous. I had to be bold to tell people my dream is to be the first millionaire in my family. Because if you cannot speak up and say what you actually want in life, then you're not gonna get it. If you do not believe yourself that you can be a millionaire, nobody else is going to believe it, and you're not gonna achieve it. Act like money is watching. Act like everyone owes you money. Act like life itself owes you money. Do you know how much do you have to make a day to make $1 million in a year? If you divide $1 million by 365 days, that is $2,800 a day. Personally, to me, that does not sound a lot. But you know where the complication starts? It starts in how you're going to get the money. What are you going to do to start getting that money? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to leave behind to get the money? What do you really want in life? I had to start a war with myself. I had to start a fucking war with myself. And when I say I had to start a war with myself, I don't mean I had to start a war with my future self or with myself of today. I'm talking about my past. I'm talking about my old self because that is not who I want to be today. That is not who I want to be tomorrow. That is not who I want to be in the future. If I want to be a millionaire, I gotta leave all the bad habits behind. So, in order for us to be millionaires, and I say us because I know you who are watching, you also want to be a millionaire. And this is not just to document my journey. This is not for follow ups. This is not for progress. No, this is really me documenting my journey because I want to go back and remind myself that I can do anything I fucking want to do. I want to be a millionaire. I can be a millionaire. I want to be a poor bitch. Then that's what I'm going to fucking be. Because guess what? Poor bitches keep thinking about poverty. That's not what I want in my life. I'm living in this home that I don't even like, in a home that I grew up in, but I have no attachment to this home. Why? Because if I were to had any attachment to this home, that means I like the life I was living. I never loved the life I was living. It was an okay life, but not enough for me. And guess what? That's not what I want to give to give to my family. I want to be able to retire my family. I want to be able to tell my mom. My mom loves to travel. My mom loves to be everywhere but home. And wow, we do have limited resources at the moment, but that is not going to be for long because I'm going to ensure to take my family out of this repeated cycle. I am going to be the first millionaire in my family. Mark my words. I'm going to be the first self-made millionaire in the entire country where I'm from. Okay? I was born here in a country where people have limited limited point of views. I'm going to put it that way. I don't want to offend anybody, but let's be honest. People here work to drink, eat, to work again. That's all they do. People here only work to spend their money and not worry about anything else. People here don't aspire for more. They only work to live their day by day. And that's not what I want to do. Yes, I do have a job right now. Of course, I have a job because then what am I going to be living off? But I am also ensuring to be living the fucking life I want to be living in the future. And when I say in the future, I mean a year from now. I don't want to be sitting right here. I'm going to be sitting in my new home. I better have a new fucking car because otherwise, what the fuck was I doing the entirety of the year? What the fuck was I really doing? You and I, we both have 24 hours in a day. We get to choose what we want to do in those 24 hours of the day. Do you want to have 16 hours sleep and then you do, I don't know, you work your other 8 hours? Do you want to have 8 hours of sleep? You work 8 hours on your job that you currently have and you work 8 hours on yourself. Invest in yourself. Nobody is gonna invest in you and your future like how you can invest in yourself. If you really want to be a millionaire, you gotta stop doom scrolling. What are you consuming? Are you consuming content? How many hours a day are you spending on consuming content that is not even helping you? What are you really watching? Are you watching memes? Are you sharing posts on Facebook? Are they paying you for that? Are you making money of that? Your mindset should be, if it's not making me any money, then it's not worth my time. And the next thing, I hate to trade my time for money. I despise having to trade my time for money at the moment. I hate that. I hate having to give reports. I hate having to meet someone else's KPIs. That's not what I want for myself. That's something I'll never want for myself. And I tell my mother so many times, I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. I tell my sisters, I'm going to be the first millionaire to retire ourselves. You are not going to have to worry about working. The day is tomorrow. We're gonna be partners. Like, if I make it, you fucking make it. If I make it, my entire family fucking makes it. My family, my boyfriend's family, and don't get me wrong, because I personally, I am not close with my boyfriend's family. But if I make it, they're gonna fucking make it because I'm gonna take care of them. I'm that type of person. And if I make it, I promise you one thing. It's not if I make it, it's when I make it. That's the whole point. It's not if I make it, it's when I make it. Because this time next year, we will be millionaires. And don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, that's a crazy idea. And if they do tell you, you can stop them. You can tell them, I respect your opinion, but just because you think that doesn't mean I think that. And I'll be frank and honest with you. My mother, whenever I tell her, like, oh, I'll be a millionaire and I'll be a millionaire real soon, she looks at me like I'm fucking delusional. And she's like, girl, I live in reality. And my reality, like, that ain't, like, no, it's not an overnight thing. I know damn well it's not an overnight thing. And when she tells me that, it's like, I don't need to hear that. I'm only telling you what's going to happen. I'm not asking you for reassurance. I'm just letting you know this time next year, I will be a millionaire. And she's like, you don't have to be greedy. I'm not being greedy. How many people have billions and billions of dollars out there? Why can't I have 10%? What am I doing wrong? Why can't I have 10%? Why can't you have 10% of that? Really, tell me. The government is making bank with our taxes. And I'm talking about the government of my country. These people take advantage of everyone over here. I would never build a business in this country. Not in this country. Not now. Probably in 10 years. Our GDP is through the floors. Let me tell you something. If you really, really, really want to be a millionaire, study your country's GDP first. When you learn how low or how high their GDP is, then you decide whether you want to invest in that country or you're gonna do it elsewhere. And I'm not trying to self-sabotage or sabotage my country at all, but I'm just being really honest with you. Education here is not even worth it. People with limited thoughts, people with limited ideas, people who only think that working a job is enough to survive, that's not a type of people I want in my life. That's not a type of people I want to surround myself with. That's not what I want for myself. That's not the type of tragedy I want in my life. I don't even want tragedy at all. So why would I keep thinking about the same shit that did me wrong in the past if that's not what I want? The only thing in my mind should be money, dollar signs, bank account. That's all I should be thinking of. And that's all I'm going to be thinking of for the rest of my life. And I'm going to keep telling you, try. No matter how hard it is, try. If you don't know how it's going to happen, there's nothing wrong with not knowing how you're going to get what you want or how you're going to get where you want to be. So if you want to be a millionaire, just know that you want to be a millionaire. Just believe in yourself that you're going to be a millionaire. Really think about it. Really sleep in it. Really put it deep, deep, deep down in your soul and in your heart. And I promise you that even if you don't know how, is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Trust God. I am a firm God believer. I use my knees to pray whenever something is going wrong, and I'm like, God, I will leave it in your hands. And a lot of firm God believers think that wanting money is a sin. No. Loving money more than you love yourself, your family, and more than you love God is a sin. So don't let anybody tell you it's a sin to want to have more. It's not a sin to want to have more. It's a sin to be lustful and love what you have more than what you should be loving. And what you should be loving is God. What you should be praising is God. What you should be loving is your family, and what you should be praising is God. And yes, praising God twice, because that's the most important thing. Read the Bible. The Bible says when you start praising materialistic things, that's when you start going wrong. So praise God, thank God, and ask God for assistance always. But this is the end of it for today. I'm going to be releasing weekly episodes every day. Talk to you guys. Sit right here. Rant. And remember, this time next year, we will be millionaires.